amigos de Entertainment Television, soy Víctor X. Bienvenidos a la ciudad en la que se desarrollan las más grandes creaciones cinematográficas. Desde aquí estaremos presentándoles detalles acerca de la película dirigida por Clint Eastwood y protagonizada por Matt Damon. Hereafter se planificó en este set. El conocido actor y director Clint Eastwood, galardonado con 5 Oscars de la Academia y 5 Globos de Oro, nos habla de su nueva producción Hereafter, al lado del resto de sus socios en esta aventura, Kathleen Kennedy, Robert Lawrence y Peter Morgan. Del director Clint Eastwood.
Give me your hands. I don't even do this anymore.
The script, the way it was laid out, and the 3 stories that converged together, and all of that, it seemed to me like something that was interesting, something I had never done before, and a lot of and something I hadn't seen before. It's a story of a French anchorwoman. Turns out we use French too in Paris, and she's out in the South Pacific 4 years ago when the tsunami hits there, and she's caught in that tsunami, and she has a near-death experience. Matt seemed to be enthusiastic about playing it. It's different than anything he's been doing in recent years, I think, and he's done a lot of action heroes and parts like that, and this is quite different to that, but he's really quite splendid in it, in my opinion.
I come up where we can see you. Good boy, come a little closer. Good, I won't bite you. Come on.
The Matt Damon character plays someone who is, I guess, the most common word would be that he's a psychic of sorts, but his demon is that he literally can see people's souls. He very quickly can tap into things that maybe they feel is a story that only they know. And oftentimes, what he's revealing, what he's uncovering are things that people don't necessarily want to reveal to other people. Marie's character is a woman who actually has a near-death experience. And after going through a tsunami, which happens when she's on vacation, she realizes that her life has been upended, and she's viewing everything quite differently, including her career. And she has to face those choices and those decisions as to how she's going to lead her life from that point forward.
3, 2, 1, action!
When we found Cécile de France, she just nailed the audition so well. There was really never anybody else that we considered. We got a lot of friends in France, critics, Pierre Rousillon, all these other folks, and I was getting calls regularly. I hear you're going to cast so-and-so. I hear you've cast so-and-so. No, we haven't made a decision, but once we saw her, there was really never any more thought on the subject.
Miss Pastor, go wide. That's very nice. And cut!
It was a really complicated international shoot, but you know, that's what the story required, and it also helped I think for the audience to identify the different stories that are going on, because you're constantly cutting back between them. So if you can put them in a really unique, identifiable setting, it's that much easier to follow the story. So it was important to actually go to France and get that look, and we kind of chose to have sort of a modern, sleek look for a lot of what happens in Paris, and then a little bit more of a middle-class look for everything that happens in San Francisco, and then definitely a lower-class sort of distressed look for the things that happen in London, just to sort of keep everybody in tune with what aspect of the story that they're following.
Et alors? T'en as vu combien? Sérieux? Et ils les ont affichés où? Ah ouais, dans 2 secondes. Good morning. Could you prepare the bill, please, for 3, 2, 1?
Sure.
And could you send up some breakfast, coffee, and fruit?
Okay, I'll call room service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These 3 stories are both totally separate and yet somehow connected, and we follow these characters as they slowly come together and brush up against one another. Steven Spielberg was on, I think they were on the Indiana Jones set, and he said, I love the sound of that, I want to look at it. And when he read it, he said, I really want to show this to my friend Clint Eastwood. And just at that point, I thought, well, you've all lost your minds. And 3 weeks later, I got this phone call saying Clint really likes it and wants to do it. And, you literally hold the phone and you say, all right, which friend of mine is this that's, misbehaving? It's absurd. So now, it really is absurd because, Steven Spielberg produced it and Clint Eastwood directed it. And at one point I went to visit the set and I had a chair with my name in between those 2 names.
Your brother, I'm telling you, he's really for real. You can make money doing this.
For a while, I had an office, a website, newspaper articles, even had a book written about him.
So what happened?
Couldn't cope.
Al regreso, los protagonistas de Hereafter nos hablan acerca de su experiencia trabajando al lado de Mr. Eastwood y de lo que nos devela este guión en otra visita al set desde Los Ángeles, California.